Folks, you ever thought what it'd take to be a good journalist in this country today? Well, the gurus gave it a lot of thought, and I think the guru could be a great journalist. I really do. I think they could just report news like nobody's business. Because these other people, they go out there and they get these fancy degrees from journalism school, and they get them a job being a journalist. Well, it's obvious to the guru it ain't like it used to be, because when the guru was growing up and they did reporting on television, you could bank on what they were saying was true, and they actually did a little bit of investigating to find out if it was true. Today, they don't do no investigating. They just get on there and they get this script every morning and they spread it out to all the news channels and all the cable channels. And you can pretty much turn on any one of them and hear the same thing. They're going to all say the same thing because they were told that's what we're going to say today is, yeah, the moon is falling. Even though the moon weren't falling because none of them went out to sea, but they just, hey, said it on that paper. Well, prime example of that, folks, here a while back, the old boy up there in Washington, they were going to have a big vote on how much money they're going to spend for the next 45 days. And his party, they didn't like the way the thing was going down. They wanted to stall it a little bit. So I don't know whether he got elected or he did it on his own, but he went over and pulled his fire alarm. He became the fire alarm man. He told the press that what happened was he thought if he pulled the fire alarm or the lever up here, he didn't call it a fire alarm, that it would open the door. And the press, they went with that. That sounds logical to them, so that's what they wrote it out on their script, sent it out to all the little press people, all the journalists, and that's what they went with. None of them did any investigating because, I mean, let's face it, the guy number one was a high school principal. I had to do a lot of investigating on that. You could just pull his bio up. Number two, that meant he knew what a fire alarm was. Number three, they didn't go over there and look see what he pulled. He may have been right. I see the guru gonna get a man of benefit to doubt here. They may have a fancy lever up there in that big fancy building that says, "Pull here, open door." Maybe he's right. They didn't go look. Come to find out, it really was a fire alarm, folks. So I think the journalists just do whatever the guy says. They get their paycheck, and if he turns out to be lying, they say, "Hey, well, our fault he was lying. We just said what he said." That's a journalist. Well, I think the guru would be a great journalist. I can just go on there and look at what they can say that day, go and all say it. I get on here and I say, "This is what's happening, folks, in the world today." I'm a good journalist. So y'all be sure to subscribe to the Guru's channel so that you can find out what all's going on in the world and see his take on it. Because from this point on, when we've established the Guru could be a great journalist, I'll give you the Guru's view on all this stuff that's going down. And I might even do a little bit of an investigation more than they do. Y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.